Good morning. Happy Friday. Welcome to Straight Talk on Scripture. This is the series Conversations with My Grandchildren. I hope you enjoy it. I hope it's a blessing to you. Remember, with Jesus, there's always hope, there's always love. All right. Welcome to Straight Talk on Scripture. I'm Pastor Rick, and I'm here with my grandson, Kyle Smith, who is a film student. Actually, he graduated, and he is now a professional filmmaker. So we're going to just talk for a few minutes. Kyle actually grew up in my home. And so I'm going to ask him, the type of things, the influence that me and my wife had on him growing up. And so, Kyle, what would you say was the experience like being, growing up as almost like one of our kids some of the times?
Very loving, certainly. That's the word I would classify it most overarchingly with. A lot of things I look to you guys for answers in place of my parents for a lot of things. Not that they weren't there, they were, but I mean a lot of life lessons such as loving your neighbor and respecting your elders, and I attribute a lot of that to having grown up in your household with you and Nan.
By the way, Kyle and I both have a love for books, movies. Actually, he has such a love for movies. He does that for a living now. I remember one of the first movies we watched together was Bruce Almighty. And I remember the two of us like just hysterical over the scene where he manipulates Evan. And, but now I know you're not a churchgoer, but if you were ever going to go to a church, let's say hypothetically, what would you look for? Say, just hypothetically, not going to hold you to it, but
hypothetically, I think what most people look to church for is a sense of community, a sense of togetherness, a sense of purpose, a sense of meaning. So I think hypothetically, that's what I would look for in a church, although I've found those elsewhere.
Okay, and we're glad Nan and I are honored that we had a part in, being with you growing up. We're real proud of you. What would you say, someday, you have kids, what are you going to pass on to them?
Much of what you guys taught me. Much of that with obviously a few exceptions, and no child is a carbon copy of their predecessors, so there's a few things along the way that we differed on in terms of, beliefs in homosexuality and drug use and policing, stuff like that. So there's definitely a few places where I would differ from your teachings if I were to have a child, but a lot of that would stem very directly from what I learned under your roof, with, as anyone, a few exceptions. You modify where you think necessary.
Well, you know what? Thank you for sitting and talking with me. I'm very proud of this guy, and you're going to see him someday. You're going to see his name on film credits. So thank you, Kyle.
Thank you.